Goodness gracious. You making like lower thirds that make me look at them, but they make fun of me. Show it again. Show it again.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing.
Look.
I didn't do anything. I didn't post anything. Oh, wrong one.
How was that the wrong one? Oh, there's
we did both at the same time.
That's both. For our audio listeners, one said cats. Oh no, wait, they have nothing on DJ, and then the other one says DJ's an idiot. He'll never see this, and it's in nitro blue. Thanks.
Why did you make that? I think you made that one yourself, didn't you?
It looks too good. I can't do it that nice. I don't even know how to animate. I mean, you've heard of After Effects? I just have
Effects.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny how you went the other way. I went the effects because you do like to broadcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of broadcast, we are not broadcasting this Farm Sim show. This is the first one we've ever done pre-recorded.
This feels weird. I feel like I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, let me help you out with it. Grab your controller, because we're playing Farm Sim 23 today, but not multiplayer. We're just going to show you stuff on our screens. We both
well, can you play multiplayer?
No, but we can start at the same time. And we know the other one's not going to cheat because you physically can't.
I'll say. Listen, I think if you're watching us, you've probably played or know a little bit about Farm Sim Mobile, at least Farm Sim 20, Farm Sim 18. I think most do, but if you haven't, well, it's very difficult to do the stuff we usually do, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. Yeah, it's impossible, actually.
Not for the lack of trying, but we'll talk more about that once we get into the show here a little bit. But yeah, we both have a copy of Farm Sim, so thanks to Giants for sending early copies out to both of us so we could try to break things, to be perfectly honest. I'm pretty sure that's why they sent it to us.
Yeah, I've been unsuccessful.
Oh, I've been trying.
They broke me, man.
Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to show more of that off as time goes on. But today we're going to talk about all the new features, the new things to look at. What all you can expect to see in Farm Sim 23 in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks from now, I guess.
Yeah, I think by the time everybody's seeing this, 2.5 weeks. Yeah.
There you go. So we'll talk all about that today, and that's pretty much what the Farm Sim show is going to be about. It's your Farm Sim 23 Farm Sim show special edition.
Farm Sim 23 special edition.
Huge shouty outie goes out to today's sponsor, G-Portal Game Servers. They promised to pay me in chicken nuggies for this. Did you know that G-Portal has the fastest game servers? And in fact, you can choose from a whole plethora of locations so you get the fastest speeds. Plethora. I like that word. G-Portal Game Servers is also the easiest way to get you and your friends together in one game, regardless of which platform you play on. If it's Xbox, PlayStation, PC, any of you can all play together. And don't worry, you still get to play with all your mods. In fact, you can get 25 gigabytes of mod space on a G-Portal Game Server. And even with all that, you're getting the fastest server, some of the most amount of mod space out there. I'm going to give you 10% off with a link down in the description. And believe me, that's like the best deal out there. You're not getting that just anywhere. In fact, I've looked, guys, and believe me, I'm looking for the best price if I have to pay to hang out with these two jabronis. And just remember, guys, G-Portal Game Servers, they're faster than DJ Goham going off topic. We may herd cats here, but we herd our livestock over on G-Portal Game Servers. Make sure you get your 10% off. Link in the description.
I just realized when he's like ranting on about the mods and everything. Unfortunately, G-Portal is not available for Farming Simulator 23 because, well, it's the way it is.
It just is the way it is. No multiplayer, no mods, but we are super grateful for the guys over at G-Portal for the sponsorship for the podcast. Look at the description.
Plethora.
Speaking of plethora, there is a plethora of stuff to talk about in Farming Simulator 23, but we're going to start where no one would have expected.
I don't even know where we're starting. I didn't expect this.
In a world where no one knows what's going on because DJ didn't come up with a show doc today.
You didn't talk about my shirt yet, by the way.
it says that he's the best driver in Farm Sim. It's a fake shirt. It's cool. I mean,
Oh, come on, man.
mine says DJ Ham instead of DJ Go Ham. It's a fake shirt too. I'm not a real DJ
What do you mean
anymore.
it's a fake shirt? You
Fake
can't see
shirt.
my nipples, so it's a real shirt.
And we're demonetized. Sweet. Moving on. What is something about Farming Simulator 23 when you started playing that surprised you? Something that you were not expecting? Maybe it's something you didn't know.
Boy, you know what? I don't know if there's anything I wasn't fully expecting. One thing that is new for me, at least in the mobile farming sim world, is having weeds, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I started my usual gameplay style, not even thinking about it. And all of a sudden I realized, hey, why do my fields look this way? And well, we got weeds now. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? In the back of my head, I kind of knew that because we kind of saw the sprayers before. And I just didn't really picture it in my head because I'm like, okay, well, the sprayers are probably for fertilizing. No, you've got weeds. So you've got to spray your weeds. There's no way to turn that off. You've got to spray your weeds now if you want to get rid of them. So that caught me off guard.
And along with that, periodic plowing. It's owned completely.
Yeah, that's the other one. But the funny thing is, I was looking through the instruction manual on this. They don't talk about that.
They don't talk about plowing?
No, in the instruction manual, if we double check, I might have to double check this. But I was going through and it did talk about the weeds and fertilizing, but it doesn't talk about periodic plowing, at least in the crop. What was it? There's one setting in their crop, like optimization, basically, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It didn't talk about plowing. So I was just kind of curious, but I did notice it in the overlays that there is a plowing section. So yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think. I'm in the same boat. I mean, my job is to know exactly everything about this game before we get our hands on it. I'm not sure if there's anything. I think the vineyards.
Oh,
If there's anything that surprised me is that the grapevines and the olive vines, there are fields with them already on them. And as far as I could tell, you cannot add more. You can't take them away either.
That's what I haven't had a chance to save up money to test it yet. But that's the same thing. I was wondering how they were going to pull that off because we knew that those new crops were going to be in game. But we also knew there wasn't a build mode like we see in Farming Simulator 22. So I was like, how's that going to work out with vineyards and olives? And yeah, there's fields that already have them placed on there. I haven't had a chance to buy them yet, but I've seen them. I've driven past them. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the grapes. But so how does that work now? And to be honest, I don't have the answers yet. I'll hopefully find out soon. Yep. So the other thing, like you can't really test this stuff really in an easy way either, because you can't just go and buy it and be like, okay, you know what? I don't really want to do that. I just wanted to test it. I'm going to sell that field off. No, you can't sell the field. So you're stuck with it. Yeah. For testing stuff, it makes things difficult. You got to be committed.
Yes. One other thing that I've seen, and I'm not quite sure if maybe I'm on the wrong map because I'm doing a lot of playing on the American map. Logging. I mean, there's trees around to cut down, but do you just cut them all down? I need to do like a live stream or something where DJ GoHam does logging, but
DJ GoHam does logging. Let's call that the whole stream. Oh,
yeah. I mean, but there's a couple cool things. We've got auto loading for logs. We've got auto loading, more like snap auto loading for pallets.
That would caught me off guard as well, though. Speaking of which, like we could talk for a little bit on that because that whole process is different than what you probably would have been expecting, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, you just bring your telehandler or your forklift close to that pallet, and whoop, she's on there. That's the end of it. And same when you go to drop it off as well, right? Like it goes over. Do you want to drop it off at your barn? Boom, you just drop it in place and it's gone. You're like, oh, I guess we're done there. But you can't get it off the forks very easily either. Like you can't just accidentally drop it someplace.
Which is nice. Which is very nice.
Isn't it?
So yeah, there's all that. Somebody was asking about sugarcane. I haven't seen sugarcane in here.
There's no sugarcane.
Yeah. No sugarcane, at least that we could find. But you get all the
there's no sugarcane harvesters, there's no anything like that. So sugarcane is not a thing in farms. Thankfully, it's not a thing. I'm okay with that, to be perfectly honest. I know there might be some of you that are big sugarcane harvesters or farmers, but this guy's not. So I'm not complaining, but yeah, that's not a thing.
Yeah. What is so far, because we've both played, I think, for a few days at this point. What have you found to be able to make you the most money in the shortest
Oh
amount
boy,
of time.
and I don't have an answer for that, to be perfectly honest. I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, the starting farm, and I question this in Farm Sim 22 a little bit as well. They start you off with wheat, basically, and it's kind of like it pushes you down like this wheat path to begin with, because that's the first field you get is wheat, right?
Yeah.
And the harvester is forced to have a straw swath put out, so it's putting out straw, a pile of windrows behind it, and you're like, okay, I got this windrow of straw. You can't afford to buy a baler without selling something or making some adjustments. So you don't have any way of baling and then picking up the bales afterwards either. So you're like, so you just end up plowing all this wheat or the straw back underneath. And so I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Anyways, for me at least, I found going with canola and sorghum and just grinding those. Just if you watch, I've got a video actually, it's being released, and it's just grinding sorghum and canola, not dealing with straw in any way, shape, or form at this point in time, until you get some more fields. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Fair enough. I did the wheat, of course, for the first one. Then I was like, all right, soybeans. I'm just going to do soybeans over and over and over again. And I can be honest with you, I'm losing money.
Soybeans were such a big thing in Farm Sim 19, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember that crop was announced in Farm Sim 19. I think Farm Sim 22 was pretty good as well, but I find that the yield is just not there in Farm Sim 22 or 23 for that matter. It seems once again it's a crop that's like, yeah, you're going to be working your butt off for not very much, unfortunately.
Yep, there's definitely some big oofs there. I've actually got some stuff pulled up. If you want to take a look at the game, do you want to look?
Let's do it. Let's go take a look at the game.
Okay.
What map are we on?
We are on Amberstone. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. How do you make one bigger than the other one?
That's kind of it. And yeah, there you go. You figured it out. Good job.
I'm not good at this.
You are awesome.
Hey, look at that. We got little G portal things all over the screen. That's cool. I didn't know that was a PNG.
I mean, we can move those off if you don't want them.
Yeah, probably for now might be a good idea.
I was going to say
pull those off.
Seems...
So we're set up now on my I thought soybeans was a good idea farm, I guess is the name of it. I have now put canola in the ground, and I've saved up just enough to be able to afford the oil mill.
Have you bought any other fields?
I have not.
How do you feel about the pricing of the fields?
They seem high. I would have I would have made them a little bit. I'm using a Nintendo Switch controller, so the buttons don't do.
I know.
I just took a picture. I don't even know how I did that. Found the button. Here we go. It's very different for Farm Sim 2022, and I'm using a controller, so I'm trying my best. So here is Amberstone. We've got the map of it right here, and we could go through and we can click on something. This is $479,000. Now, if we find a field that's roughly the same size as what we've got, this is close-ish. Still $210,000 each. So you're going to be harvesting what, 5 to 10 crops per field in order to afford one the exact same size. 833,000 up there. You know, there are some around.
It's lots of money. Now that being said, I mean, you only have like 20-ish fields, right? Not even.
Yeah. So
I get this. I get why they're so expensive. They want to make the game last.
Yeah.
And
you know, and the way it's laid out, it's kind of simple and kind of like Farming Simulator 17, 19, 22, things that you're familiar with. You can look at these and be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. You know, grapes, for example, right there.
Yeah, the colors are expected. You're what you see is what you're gonna get. You're expecting that, right?
Yep. And I'm trying real hard.
Well, yeah, I think you're on the right path now. I found the canola has been the best bet for me. Sorghum was close, but I found it was about. I think on a regular harvest, you're down maybe. I would say maybe a third less, not even a third less, maybe a quarter less for profit wise, at least. So
yeah.
But anyways, I found those two crops for starting off were probably the best bet.
Yeah. Now for cedars and stuff, I haven't seen anything we don't already have in Farm Sim 22. You start off with the Nordsten, you can upgrade to the K brand. We have the Pottinger, Vederstad, or Amazon. Some of these do seed and fertilizer. Some of them just do seed. Some of them are direct drill. The Amazon is not. And then we have planters as well. Against kind of same thing through here. And it does seem like the Kenzie just kind of comes out on top yet again. It's direct drill, everything. Yeah. Pricing's not bad either. 139, but it won't.
That is definitely reasonable as far as everything else. It's just, once again, for base starting off, it's a 300 horsepower requirement.
Yeah.
You need a tractor that's going to pull that. You don't have that to start with. That John Deere, the 4755, is what, 190 horsepower, I believe.
It is 190. Yeah. So we're running this guy right here when you start off.
Yeah.
It's cool. 190 horsepower. It'll do 100. Yeah. I mean, it'll pull that. I need to try it with that 6-meter Pottinger seeder because
I have been using that. That's what I've been using that with.
that will seed and fertilize, and it's direct drill, which makes everything easy. Plus, you can set it up to where everything runs on a worker, and the worker buys everything.
That's been my progress path, at least, was to go directly to that Pottinger as soon as I had a chance, and that's worked out pretty well. Ooh, that's a big face you got there.
Thanks, man.
Nice work.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really neat stuff. This is definitely it's a mobile game. You grab your phone when you're sitting in the office or in the car. You got 10 or 15 minutes, jump on, have a little bit of fun. It does seem like progression is, I would say, slow, but it's as fast as it is without mods in Farm Sim 22.
Yes and no. I think there's something to be said for potentially the way in Farm Sim 22 you could sell fields and change. Yeah. You can change the way you start. You can loan money. You can take out a loan as well. So I think you can sell buildings, right? Like there's different ways you can start. And yeah, I get that that's a whole different system that is not currently or couldn't be built into the mobile version of the game. So I understand that at the same time.
Yeah.
This is definitely, it's more of a grind, I personally think. Not that there's anything wrong with that. The grind can be tremendously fun. But it's just that if you go into this expecting that you're going to be into it for a bit of a grind, that's for sure. So I think anyone who's played like the previous versions of the mobile Farm Sim version, they're going to be knowing what they're going to be getting. You're getting that feeling once again. That's the same. If you enjoy that grind, you're going to get that here. It's a lot. It can be great.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of comparisons from the desktop version, which we play almost exclusively, basically exclusively, to the mobile version when. Really, I mean, the honest comparison is from Farm Sim 20 to Farm Sim 23.
It is, and that's part of the problem we have is we're sitting back behind a screen on a PC screen where we've got a controller, and I feel like we're on the Nintendo version. We feel like this should be the console version, and at the same time, it's a great version to play on. I have no problems with it, but I really want to have this on an iPad when I'm traveling or when I'm away from the house and I've got 20 minutes to burn. Like, oh, what should I do for 20 minutes? Well, I can go and grind a harvest in Farm Sim.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's where this particular game is going to shine. There's nothing wrong with the Nintendo version. If you got a Nintendo Switch, that's all you got. This is a great version to have still too. You can still accomplish a lot of the very similar things we do in Farm Sim 23. Of course, the mod stuff is unfortunately not there, but that's what you expect.
Yeah. I mean, the coolest thing is we could go from here, right? And then just lean over, unplug it. And then now I'm literally playing here.
Yeah, now you're walking around right there.
And now I'm walking around and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm gonna go and
the realtors have shown up. I've got to go and play some Farm Sim someplace else.
Yeah, maybe. And boom, now it's back running everything through capture card, by the way. Same as you. Yeah. Now the way we're actually capturing video, you're doing it through a cam link, is that right?
Mine are going through a cam link right now. That is correct, which is it's working. It's not great. I do have some minor issues with the screen resolution kind of showed up funky. I have to adjust it a little bit, but I mean, here we can probably bump this on if I've got everything still turned on.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look.
And in comparison, you've seen my gameplay. I'm running, two of you. Great.
Really nighttime right now? It is 2.
Come on.
Who farms at night? Hang on a sec. Let's get daytime going. Where's that icon? Let's what control is it to do this again? There we go. Let's go 9 o'clock. This is the other feature. This is the big feature for me right here is having the ability. How did you make my head so big last time? What did you do? I'm bigger screen.
I'm sitting here. Oh, yeah.
There you go. That's on. There we go. You don't want that, eh? You don't want yourself on the side? I had it on.
You did.
Being able to sleep. That's probably one of the bigger features for me in mobile Farm Sim and Farm Sim 23.
Yeah, you just go to sleep and then go to sleep and then go to sleep and then go to sleep.
And you can do that now. You couldn't do that in Farm Sim 20. I think there was even a point in time where they didn't even have the advanced time scale. Like it was, you have to sit there and wait.
Yeah, you did have to wait. And now well, it was like 1, 2, 3, 5, 15,
Yeah.
20,
So
25, 35, whatever.
it goes up to 45. It's real time to 45, right?
Okay.
Oh, I can't see half my settings. There they are. There you go. So I'm on 5 right now. It goes down to real time up to 45. So it has a few for sure. It has
Yep.
enough.
Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, menu's pretty full as well. There's also a feature in there where you can, set your horizon, whether you're in the
Yeah.
tractor in first person. First person, by the way,
Awesome.
that's pretty cool.
Here's your horizon tilt and then your accelerometer settings.
Yep.
Once again, yeah, like that looks really good. I mean, it hasn't changed too much from, I would say, Farm Sim 20.
Yeah.
I think like this looks great.
Yeah. There are no animations inside, so
No, I noticed that as well.
that's important to
Yeah.
know. But it is the mobile version of Farming Simulator.
I mean, the steering wheel does work, but yeah, you don't
Yeah.
shift gears or anything like that, of course.
Yep.
But the interior views on all the equipment does look what you'd expect to find, right? Like I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks better than Farm Sim 20 for that for sure. The one thing I do notice, even on like the Switch version, like we talked a little bit about this, I actually found the iPad version looked a little bit crisper than the Nintendo version.
Yeah, this
But
is
I don't know if it's. I need to do a side by side comparison. We don't have the iPad version or the iOS version yet. But I even still find like these. I'm looking at the shadows here, and I compare that to Farm Sim 20.
Mhm.
Shadows look so much better, and I mean the tractors, everything does look a lot better right now. And if you play on iOS, you're gonna find. I think you're gonna find it looks a lot better.
Yeah. Now you're playing on the Switch OLED version, is that correct?
I believe yes.
Yeah.
It's the newest version of the Nintendo, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, to
And
be fair, I have to thank the Clutchlings because I've stolen their Nintendo away from them for about a month.
you're good, man. I got this Nintendo Switch when Farm Sim 20 came out, and I haven't played it much since then.
I haven't played 20 on the Switch. This is my very like to be honest, guys. I don't play on Nintendo very often. I play some very like party type games with the kids every once in a while, but I've never played Farm Sim on the Switch before. I played on iOS a few more than I've probably got 15 hours on iOS.
Yep.
I've never played on Switch before, so this is a whole new experience for me. It's different. I'm having fun, but it definitely is a bit of a change.
Now, speaking of a change, there's another big change that may be helpful to people. We have the same. Oh, I'm taking your camera away. Yeah, so
Yep.
helpful. We have the ability to hire workers and tell them to go places.
Yeah,
So you don't have to drive your tractor halfway across the map or send it to, you can have it go deliver, come back while you're in the field doing something.
that is the best thing right there.
Yep.
Like when you have a harvest, especially with the starting equipment. Like I said, it's a grind to begin with. It's definitely a grind, and you've got this small little wagon, and you're like, oh, I need to sell everything that I just harvested for the last year because it's the best time to sell right now. You can just say, hey, tractor and wagon, go do 10 trips back and forth to this sell point now.
Do a
And just
loop,
go
baby.
do your thing. I'm not
Yeah.
going to worry about you. I'm going to go harvest it or plant this field.
Yeah. And traffic. I haven't had many problems with the traffic.
And it's scary though because they pass you too, though, right? Like they
It's
pull out into
terrifying.
oncoming traffic and go around. You're like, hey, where'd this guy come from? And
Yeah.
then, but it's still
All right.
it's smart enough to know that there's stuff around you.
I've been having a little bit of fun with the traffic. I'll slow down just enough
Mm-hmm.
to where they go around me on the wrong side of the road, and then I get in the wrong side of the road, and then they get like they slow down, but they get back in the right side of the road. It's like, what do you? I don't like this. This is too smart. I don't like this.
The traffic is smarter in mobile Farm Sim 23 than it is in Farm Sim 22, which caught me off guard a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. That's for sure.
Yep. There's less of it.
There's definitely less of it for sure.
Yeah, but it is. They are definitely trying something out here, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. I even think that the AI, your drivers, your operators, they're way better too.
I had 2 of them. So there's 2 fields. I can actually show you guys this real quick. So there are 2 fields on this map that you won't. So this is another fun thing. Autosave is turned on, and you cannot turn it off. So I don't use autosave. So these 2 fields right here, field 1 and field 3, both of them are going this way, long ways. So when you hire a worker, boom, 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 just like that. Well, every once in a while, they're going to meet right here, smack dab in the middle. And what will happen is they will know they're meeting, and one of them will adjust
Yep.
and fix itself, and then the other one goes about its day, and it's like, oh, that's so cool.
For sure. I think they've done a lot better job with the workers. I mean, we're still not at the point where I fully trust them to get things done. I've had the minor issues here and there, but I mean, okay, to be fair,
To be fair,
we have square fields.
Mhm.
Both maps are all square fields. They're not really randomized shapes at all.
Yep.
But the workers do know where each other are, and they are able to work around that and sending them like you need to send to the oil mill, whatever. They do a great job of getting around the map that way. Way better, I find, than even Farm Sim 22. I find the tracking for them to get around. It's a
Yeah.
smaller map, of course, so
Yeah.
maybe it's easier that way. I don't know, but they
Well-
do a great job. And you don't have to worry about them as much. It's like, yeah, they're gone. They'll be back. I know it's perfectly fine. They'll be fine. You could send a harvester to go run a field for you. Just say, hey, go do this field, go do field work. And it's going to go do it for you. You know, it's going to work for you. It's great.
Yep. It yeah, I've had very few complaints, if any, about workers and the way they've been doing their thing.
Yep.
Controls make sense when you're inside of it, forwards, backwards,
Yep.
driving. There are a couple things to talk about with equipment when you're unfolding or using them.
Well,
When you're not using a worker, because the worker will do everything for you. When you are the one doing it, there's one button that will unfold and lower the equipment and turn it on if it requires any power or hydraulics or whatever.
Yep.
So one button, boom. Actually, it's a combo button like you would find on Xbox or PlayStation. Hit the combo button, does the whole thing, boom, drops it, and then you're ready to go. There's no lifting, there's no turning
Yeah.
it off. When you turn around at the end,
that
That's
is
you.
maybe if that's one thing I wish the Nintendo version would change a little bit. And I feel like this is more like the game is definitely more suited for a mobile phone or iPad experience. Or it's not designed with a controller in mind, I don't think. I feel like they could have maybe made some adjustments to the Nintendo version to make it so it was a little bit closer to the full game, or like with stuff like that, like where even like when you back into a piece of equipment, it's like, yeah, you've got to tell it to connect instead. Whereas in
Yeah.
this version right now, you back up to a piece of equipment, boom, it connects.
Yeah.
Or
Now-
right, you drop your header.
Yeah.
As soon as you drive towards it, it connects to it automatically. It knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. There's a bit of a simplicity to that for iOS. It makes sense. For Nintendo, I feel like everyone's got a control pad, of course, for Nintendo. You're not on a touch screen. I think they could have gone a little bit more on the realism side of things a little bit.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I'm excited about this. I even myself, like I've created a whole new channel just for Farming Simulator 23
Shameless plug.
content. I wanted to do stuff with Farm Sim 20, but I ran out of time and I ran out of notifications. I have a problem. There's not many people that have problems with notifications. I do.
Yeah, you do.
So, and also, I've noticed that not all comments about the mobile game have been positive on the
No, of
main
course not.
channel.
Yeah.
I would be an idiot if they're like, oh yeah, everybody's super excited.
We know.
However, on the new channel, DJ Go Ham Mobile Gaming, by the way, they are excited.
That's
a
what
lot of-
happens, right?
A lot of positivity.
Now, you were also saying that it's very region specific, you find.
Yeah, a lot of Asia and South Asia, and a lot of like Eastern European followers.
Interesting.
Not so much American. Whereas I think like 70-80% of my following on the main channel, DJ Go Ham Gaming, is American. Not even close.
That's an interesting changeover for sure.
Yeah.
By the way,
your
video just went live.
Video just went live. Yeah.
So if you're watching this like a couple days in the future, go back and check out the video if you haven't seen it already. There you go.
You'd be like, oh, that's what they were doing, the thing.
That's what we're doing the thing.
Is there anything else for the Farm Sim Show podcast special edition Farming Simulator 233333 that you want to talk about while we're here?
I mean, there's lots of things we can talk about. I just don't know if you really want to get into this.
It is late. It's getting close to my bedtime.
Usually this show is about 2-3 hours before this.
Yep.
I do have a good question. How do you feel about the equipment lists that are here?
So the equipment list is good. I think that I would add some more things. For example, there's a lot of medium and large tractors,
Yeah.
and I think that we could probably cut a few of the small tractors out completely.
Okay.
Because there is no equipment that we can use with it other than bale trailer or front loader, something like that. That would purely be personal,
Yep.
and fit my play style. That being said, I would like to see different balers.
Yeah.
I would like to see, like, was it sugar beets? I think it is, or potatoes, one of the two.
Potatoes and sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, potatoes, there's one planter and there's one harvester. And so it's like a $570,000 investment.
Yes. And I mean, I think the problem that Giants runs into with the mobile game is there's a lot of these specialty paths that they go down, from potato, sugar beets, you've got forestry, you've got cotton. I think those might be the big ones. Oh, you got olives and grapes now too.
Yep.
That these are very, very specialty driven paths that you have to decide to go down.
Yep.
And the way to get to that right now, there's not an easy way to, like, you've got to build up a lot of finances to even get started on one of those paths. I struggle with it a little bit, because I know there's some people that are going to be awesome, that's what they want to play, that's how they want to play. But I think the majority of people just want to be like, no, I just want to do my corn crops. That's all. I want to have a corn farm. And I think a vast majority will be on that side, versus a very small will be like, you know what, I want to do cotton, or I want to do potatoes.
Yep.
And so when you dedicate a large portion, or not necessarily a large, but a portion of the equipment to just smaller portion like that, and you're missing out, like, for instance, there's only one case tractor in the game right now.
Yeah.
And that boggles my mind a little bit, because I'm looking at that, I'm like, I know there's a lot of people that'll be like, hey, I want to have a case farm. You can't have a case farm. That's not possible. So I look at that and I'm like, well, I know the give and take and all these, and they have to balance this all out somehow and come up with the best possible game, and that the most amount of people are going to enjoy. I struggle a little bit with some of the equipment for sure.
Yeah. That being said, Farming Simulator 20 got multiple free content updates.
This is true.
With all kinds of different stuff. So I mean, we could definitely expect to see something. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we never know. But you can always make suggestions and drop down in the comment section of our videos. Let us know what you would like to see. If there's anything we haven't covered and you're like, yo, like somebody mentioned earlier today, what's the total slot count? How many slots can you take up? I was like, oh, I don't know. There's no thing that says how many I've taken.
Isn't it 1280? Is that what it is?
The question would be, where does it show that?
Right in the menu.
Oh, am I learning something new today?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure.
Show me. Let's show the peeps.
Well, unless, like I said, I'm the wrong person to be talking about slots. To be perfectly honest, you're like, how often do I look at that? Because I never play on mobile, right?
So,
But go to the purchase screen, like buying equipment.
Okay.
And then just try and look at buying a piece of equipment. Up at the very top, you got 496 of 1280.
Ah, well, I'm just an idiot then.
So
sorry,
then,
guys.
Like, there you go. And then like that planter was like 3 slots or something. I haven't noticed much of a problem with the amount. I do have one question that I think would be interesting. Would it be ever possible, or I wonder if there's ever any thought of adding a map as DLC to it?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Because it's never been done in mobile Farm Sim. I mean, we got 2 maps, which is way better than having the one we had in Farm Sim 20.
And 18 and 16 and 14.
Well, 18 I think had 2. I've always been told. I never played 18. Someone was saying there was 2.
Do I have Farm Sim 18 downloaded?
I don't have 18, so I don't know. I'd have to go double check, but I thought it had 2.
It can't take that long to download.
But as far as replayability goes, the map is really the biggest thing, at least in my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I think having a map as a DLC, that is the biggest thing for me, at least for replayability. The equipment, I love having new equipment, but realistically in Farming Simulator, new map is really what allows it.
I downloaded Farm Sim 18's already downloaded.
We're gonna have the answer right now, I guess. He's gonna look at it.
We are gonna have the right answer. Actually, if you can entertain them with a previous DJ Go Ham, I can show you guys this, I think, with a capture.
You're gonna plug it in, are you?
Yeah,
All right.
speaking of plug, I would love to tell you something really. Thank you to G Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast. They host premium game servers for Farming Simulator 22 that work on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Klutch and I have both been working with them for the past few years, and they have hosted our public and private game servers ever since. If you're looking for an easy way to play multiplayer with your friends, this is the best way to do it. G Portal servers allow you to have full control over your game, what mods are installed, permissions, and the game can be available 24/7. For Farm Sim 22, they've got a few different server options from 4 players all the way up to 16, and you can get an extra 25 gigabyte of mod space. Choose between 9 different server locations around the world to host your game, and you're ready to go. If you're interested in grabbing a game server for you and your friends, use the link for Klutch or myself at the top of the description and get 10% off all G Portal game servers right now. Again, thank you to G Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast.
Are you done talking? I was playing Farm Sim while you were talking away there.
Yeah, that was great, dude. I figured out how to get Farm Sim 18 on my phone.
All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got here. We got to take a look at this.
Wait, is this a multiplayer?
Huh? Is that really multiplayer in this?
Oh,
did you not get the right game?
No. This is the right one. Connected devices on my local network. I'll allow it, but I don't think that's right. We'll just go to single player. New game.
Is there multiplayer in Farm Sim 20?
Or Farm Sim 18? Literally just like launched like that. I mean, granted, I'm using an iPhone 14 Pro, so you know.
This does not look like. Is this the right game?
Yeah, there's only one. Combine.
It feels so cartoony.
Yeah, it does. It. What
did you not get any options for maps though? Did you?
Whoa! No, I should really turn off whatever's going on right now because I don't like that. Let's make it
top
sick.
Right. Click the little settings button if you wanted to, but yeah, and then go settings. There you go, gyro.
Aha!
And horizon tilt.
Nah, come on, it's the same thing.
Horizon tilt and settings, and there you go. There you go. Now you're good.
GFX. Oh, let's go high. I can turn up to high.
So that is one thing that we saw in the mobile version of Farm Sim 22 or 23 is that you can change that on iOS. You can't change the graphic settings on Nintendo, which is, I guess, probably good. I don't know.
It is interesting. It is very, very interesting. I'm gonna pull up Farm Sim 20 real quick as well.
I can put side by side if you want to do it. I can do it right now.
There we go.
Okay. You got saves? You got game saves, do you?
Yeah, I think I got a few.
Look at that money on there. I feel like someone might have been buying some money or cheating money, one or the other.
It wasn't the second one. All right. Well, I'm just gonna keep the local save. Career. Yeah. No, I may have given Farming Simulator a little bit of my money to show stuff.
There was no other map options in Farm Sim 18, was there?
No. I don't think so. Tell you what, load time though, man. That was pretty good load time.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't see anything. There we go. I can see now.
It's so dark.
I still can't see anything. It's definitely very, very different. It's more than 30 FPS, but it's not. I don't know what I'm doing.
Like it does look like quite a change graphically, I think, between the two.
Yes. Let's see. Let's delete that, and then let's go through here.
Are you gonna try making a new map? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I was just seeing kind of how it popped up. All right.
Well, once again, I'm on Nintendo Switch. You are on your iOS device.
Yep, I'm on my iPhone.
But I mean, the shadows always look so janky in 20 for me. I found the shadows were really what I noticed that didn't look as good.
Yeah.
You see the shadows along the pipe there. You don't get that at all anymore. Like even the quality does look quite a bit substantially better, I find.
Yeah. So I mean, between the two games, huge improvement. Huge improvement. I'm definitely very, very happy about Farm Sim 20. I'm excited about Farm Sim 20.
Yep.
And I'm 23. Sorry.
23. There you go.
It's going to take a while to not say that I've also accidentally put Farm Sim 22 in a Farm Sim 23 video and said Farm Sim 22 in a 23 video and vice versa.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yep.
The numbering system it gets to you every once in a while.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody's curious, I'm using this little guy.
Look at the dongle. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got this hooked up. Actually, there's an iPhone 11 right here as an overhead for the unboxing setup.
Who uses an iPhone for an unboxing? You're hilarious. Oh, man.
It runs 4K 30 okay without almost overheating.
Fair enough. Ridiculous, man.
Well, I think we've had fun talking about Farming Simulator 23.
Showing off what we can. Yeah.
Showing off what we can.
Hey, you said you bought the oil mill before we do anything, before we leave.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Do you want me to? I'm not ready.
No. Okay.
I was going to save up for like 2 years and then sell everything and then buy it.
My concern, I guess, is because it makes everything in pallets. So you need to have a pallet moving solution as well.
Yes.
And like
there's only
yeah, that's part of the problem. And so anyways, I find like you have the grind, but you also have to have the plan ahead of time to what you're going to do, because you could just waste all your money on going down a certain path and realizing you're missing that one key piece of equipment.
Yes, I have I've restarted a few times.
Weird. All right. I'm glad I'm not the only one then. That's good. Good to know that I'm not the only one.
You had to restart playing Farm Sim 23? Come on, man. Nobody does that.
A loser.
Brutal. Anyways, stay tuned to the channels. You're going to have more content from both of us. I guess DJ's got some new channel you guys can go check out and just get mobile version of Farm Sim. I mean,
DJ
whatever.
Gohan Mobile Gaming. Link in the description.
Thanks for watching today, guys. We'll be back next week with a regular scheduled Farm Sim show on your regular Fridays. If you're new around here, if it's your first time checking out, this show is usually aired Friday afternoons on one or both of our channels, depending. So check down the description for links to both of that. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on your favorite podcasting format as well. And we'll see you guys hopefully next week, I guess, then.
Yep.
Anything else? Did I miss anything?
I'm just continuing to eat chicken daily. That's about it.
You have to go watch last week if you want to find out what that meant. I'm not even talking about it anymore.
Thanks, 4B. Bojangles is awesome. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later.
See you, folks.
Sim Show.
You'd think that, that's the wrong voice completely. That's
Do
awkward.
not like that. No.
Weird. You'd think the fact that we're like doing a recorded version, we wouldn't have to do this.
What are you talking about? Number one, change the voice. That's so uncomfortable.
Oh, but I kind of like this voice. It's like the sultry. I just finished smoking a pack of cigarettes. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, well, it feels like that I just got finished beating myself up, and like I'm getting ready to go for round 3. You know, it just hurts. It hurts.
Fair enough. You should probably keep beating yourself up though.
I don't like this. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like this. You know what I do like? That new sponsored by G-Porter logo at the bottom.
Doesn't that look good? I that was me. I'm the one that worked on that.
Did you?
It was all me.
Why is it? You don't have to tell me this, but why is it that I just don't believe you?
Did you just change your voice halfway through, or did you burp?
No, I didn't. I wasn't talking loud enough.
Oh, it sounded like you kind of like went to like this really deep voice. I don't know if you're trying to like, I don't know, show me how masculine your voice was, but I think that's a thing.
Like and subscribe.